Alright everyone, welcome to another video of Full Speed Impulse, and today we're back doing our Klx110 budget build, and we're installing handlebars today. Old TBE parts, hooking us up and all that. Got a good discount price for 89 bucks, guys. You go on their website right now, you'll see it there. 89, 90 bucks, 95, shipped, whatever it is. Alright, we definitely ordered just more than just handlebars and all that, so I think they threw in some extra goodies for us. We got our airbox remover bracket here, which is what we were talking about in one of our last videos. If you've seen our airbox mod and all that. Got our rear brake stuff and all that, which I won't be filming, guys, but we have no rear brakes. Came with no brake rod, brake pedal, nothing. So we gotta figure out what's going on with that guy, but we're gonna get that done. But here we got cable, nice bar set and all that, but I'm curious to see actually how much these bars sit up. So have you seen any of our other videos on our pit bikes and all that? We run mica or pro taper usually, and they're really good bend, and we know what we like with that stuff. But I seen this price here for 89 bucks, and it was like, that's a solid deal. All right, but if you guys don't know the deal here, this is our Klx110 07. Picked it up for a pretty good price, budget building this thing. Got it, she was blowing smoke out, she was running really bad, but we got her dialed in, running good, put different cylinder and piston in there and all that stuff. Did a video on our exhaust mod and our custom built air intake, so make sure you guys check that stuff out. This is your stock exhaust system here, and I tell you what, she sounds pretty good, pretty good. And here's our air intake that we were talking about, and that custom built and all that, but you know the deal, we're talking about handlebars today. This is your stock handlebar kit on a Klx110, and what you normally do, or you see what everyone does, is the first thing you do, your stock bars, you loosen them up, you roll them forward as much as you can before it gets super duper awkward and all that. And you know what? We ain't doing that. So I do love, these are my favorite grips. I'll tell you, whoever put these grips on, they were right, because those are nice. All right, but we're getting into the goods here, guys. Take the handlebars off. You're gonna need your 10 mil and probably a Phillips screwdriver. And we're gonna rip this stuff off, and then we're gonna install these brand new bars, and I'm thinking they're gonna look freaking awesome. All right, now that we got everything tore down, now it's time to put everything back together with new stuff. So we got a throttle cable here, which we broke, being an idiot, but we got a fresh cable. Get this installed because you're gonna wanna be able to slip that tube on your fresh handlebars before you actually get your handlebars mocked up. So after that, everything should be pretty good, and we'll be able to put those bars on. And if it's your first time busting open that carb, don't you guys worry. All you do is twist that sucker off, and you'll be able to see exactly how everything's set up inside there, and it should be easy peasy swapping this sucker out. So we're gonna get at this thing, and hopefully it goes good. All right, so now that we got our cable good, next thing you want to do is make sure you put your spring on first, or this whole next process will be pointless. Pull your cable tight, and we're going to compress our spring a little bit here. And then you're going to take your needle setting stuff here, your needle and your slide. You're going to take this, put it in just like that, release your spring, and you should be good to go. This in the right way too, guys. So when you put your slide in, you're gonna put your slide in first, make sure she slides in good. So one way the slide will only go a little bit down, and the other way the slide will go a lot of bit down. You want to go a lot of bit down. Then we're gonna screw this thing back on, just like so. And then we should have, we hear our carburetor tuner down there opening up and all that, so that sounds good. All right, so next thing we're gonna do here, guys, That's because we've seen it on the last bike, and I've seen other people do it. But we're going to install our kill switch on our middle of our handlebars here. Kind of make sure they're kind of mocked up how you want them to, and you don't have to put them here. I'm going to tell you guys why it's two good ways to actually mount your kill stop here. One is because when you're riding, sometimes you might accidentally hit this and kill your bike, which is no bueno when you're doing a big rip up a hill or something like that. Two, if you're anything like me and my buddies, you're constantly riding by and flipping each other's bikes off. So now, at least whoever is riding this bike will be protected. And it's in a kind of low-key area and all that. A little bit cleaner setup and all that. So that's not bad either. Next thing's next. They got these nice little numbers on here saying +2, +1, -1, -2. That's to help you set your bars. So if you're going to put it at a straight bend of how it is, you know, that's how you would do. But we already know we're not going to be like that. We're going to do a +1 to +2 degree. Just like that. We're going to put our caps on. And you want to make sure you center your bars nice left and right and all that. All right, so we have these little marks here, guys. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to try to set up evenly here. So you can see how they have a notch right in that big mark right there. So we're going to try to get as even as possible, which should be about right there. All right, so we're actually tilted a little bit forward, so we're gonna adjust that when we go to tighten down. But that is our bar setup there. All right, so we're actually looking through our kit, and we actually got a brake lever in this deal. How sweet is that? And it's a shorty too, so that's pretty sweet. But we gotta get this hooked up, so we're gonna get on the brakes next, and then we'll be able to really get this thing buttoned up and all that, and she'll start looking like a pit bike. So this should be fairly easy. So we're just gonna wanna loosen this guy up. And what you're gonna be able to do is you're gonna be able to slide that out. Make sure you break this guy loose too. All right, so we got our finger in here, and we're really pulling on the wire. We're gonna push up on this lever. There we go. Make sure you run it through your housing up top here. Show you guys. Run it through that. Take that, slide it in that little hole, swivel upward. Gonna pull tight on it just a little bit. That'll slot in there. Your clamp. It's gonna go back on just like that. Go back up top here. Got our fresh clamp system here. And it looks like we're on Allen's now. Okay, cool. Let's get some more tools out. You're gonna set that even just like that, where it's slotted. So then you're gonna be able to put your cable through, but make sure you do it up top here. Ooh, she's tight. Ooh, just got enough length. We should be able to slide it on if we loosen it up. Get her a little sloppy. Perfect. So now she's on. Snug her up a little bit. So it's actually, guys, probably best to set your adjustment and all that on your handbrake after you get your throttle tube on and all that, because right now you might squeeze it and be like, oh, that's good and all that, not thinking of the thickness of your throttle tube and grip and all that. So make sure you get that on first before you actually go set where you like your handbrake. Here's our throttle tube. You're gonna take these screws back off. So you see how you got that slot? So it's kind of exactly all the same. I mean, once you do a couple of these, like, you'll get it. It's like the brakes are the same with the throttle. It's just, you gotta get in that slot, pull it tight. We should have pulled this back to make it a little easier. And then we're gonna do this. And then this will also need adjustment. Get these tightened up, because you'll have your Phillips in your hand anyways. You can slide this thing on just like that. Nice, nice. You're gonna want to make sure that you start your bike up and all that, that it's idling good and all that, that you're not pulling on the cable. All right, so as you guys screw this in here, you'll get a little bit more slop, you'll get a little more play, and you go out, it'll make it tighter. So you want to go in on this until you get like that little bit of slop like that, and you'll back it out. And then you'll see it pulling on it a little bit. See how it's backing in now? Almost there. That's pretty good. So we'll leave it right there for now. We're not going to tighten it down until we know if that's what we like. All right, guys, we're going to get down to some of the final important steps, and one of them is this handbrake here. You want to make sure this is not where you're doing all your adjustment and all that. You want to do most of your adjustment down here they'll leave play up here just so you can tighten or loosen and all that. So you want to set it a little bit out and all that. But usually, normally, your brakes aren't going to get tighter. They're going to get looser. So you're going to want to do your adjustments. So when you're riding all that, you're like, oh, I don't got as much front brake. I just got to adjust this thing out a little bit, make it a little tighter. All right, guys, so we got our brake all adjusted here. We did move this out just a little bit and all that, but just to show you guys, spin the wheel. Boop. So nice little gap there so you're not pinching your fingers. So you'll want to slide this all up, cover that up, get your boot on. But now it's time to get our grips on. So for you guys, you got to get both your grips on. We just got to get one grip on. All right, we got our hairspray here. Well, not our hairspray, but... And this isn't even actually what I normally use, but it gets its Body MV hairspray. Woo! Turn up the volume. 24-hour hold. Well, hopefully longer than 24 hours. And humidity protection. That's always a good thing. Sometimes this doesn't work, but when it works, it's good. We'll spray that in there. Get in there good. And then usually we just slide her on, and it doesn't usually take too long. We're going to make sure we get all that goodness in there. All right. Make sure your grip's in your position because this stuff is no joke. I'm going to give it a nice little grip. Make sure you that's how you like it. Try not to turn it too much, and we're going to let it set. Well, let's fire this thing up and see if we got our throttle position right. Oh man, it's a kick. She cold. Oh yeah, she good. She's good. Yeah, you guys get a little sneak peek on the exhaust. It's gonna choke it. Yeah. Alright guys, so that is our TBR handlebar kit install, and I guess we call it a review too because I think it's freaking awesome. There's your review. And I don't know, I mean, 89 bucks, like that's a deal. Especially when they include a shorty front brake lever, like that's pretty sweet already on the price. So, and just to let you guys know, front grip is tight. So hairspray did work for the win again. Herbal Essence coming in strong every time for your MX needs. All right, but that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and all that. Make sure you check out our custom air intake and the custom exhaust for your stock exhaust if you're interested in something like that. And what we also got coming will be just putting this bike, kind of finishing up, getting the brakes, getting the brand new UFO plastic installed on this thing coming from Italy. But till next time, we'll see you later.